the Hear Her Hand Knitting podcast. My name is Jennifer, and I am a knitter, crocheter, sewist, and quilter located in Baltimore, Maryland, where I live with my two miniature schnauzers and two black cats, one of whom is on my feet right now. He'll join us very soon. Are you going to talk? Yeah? Shh. Can you be quiet? You can sit if you be quiet, okay? No pause. Alright. Let's see how this goes. So, first of all, today we're going to do a little typical project vlog. Where I'm going to update you on all the things. Hey, I'm knitting. And how they're going. I've got a lot of projects kind of are on the back burner at the moment. I've got one really old, one really new, and one one finished object, but it's not knitting. So we'll put the finished object at the end since it's not knitting. And we'll start with, ow! Excuse me. Oh wait, no, I have this. Okay, so actually I have this finished object. So if you were following along last month, I did the One Love Mystery Knit Along by Locateli, and I did actually knit two shawls for that one. So this here, I'll put in some pictures so you get a better look at it, is my sort of jewel spun shawl in Northern Lights. And it is an acrylic yarn, and I think it's DK or worsted. It's heavier, but it's really kind of ideal for the weather right now. It is 20 degrees in Baltimore, and is also why you're probably going to be seeing a lot of me in this sweater again. So this is my Simple Boyfriend, I believe, by Stephanie Japel, and I did a lot of alterations for the pattern, but I knit it in Lion Brand. What is this? Oh, it's the recycled retweed in Dutch Blue. So I knit this maybe 2 winters ago, but it is, hey, don't do that. No, do you want me to kick you out? Don't. Alright, that's it. I'll be back. Nope. Cat. Problem child. I love him, but he's nuts. So I knit, this is my second One Love. I feel like I shared my first one in my last podcast, but I can't be certain. So, yeah, that is done. And then, what else am I working on? Oldest to newest. My oldest is this one. No, I think. First of all, I need to add another ball. And I also stopped in the middle of a room. So this, part of why this is like this is my before bed project, and sometimes I have to stop because the dog gets into trying to eat the project. But I've got this side all done, and I am on the decreases, and I don't even know, halfway done the decreases down the ties on the other side. But this is in Alpaca Warehouse Blue, in the color blue, and it's like kind of a bleaching color. It's very soft and very warm, and I think this will be a great addition to my wardrobe as soon as I finish it, which hopefully soon because it's real cold. So that is that. With that much yarn left on that ball, I need to add my third and final ball for that. Alright, my next oldest, right, the next project is my Mini Marinière. Is my butchering French. So my language in high school was Spanish, and because I'm deaf, it went through a couple of different translations as I was learning it. Like I had an ASL interpreter in classes, and so they had to sign things and spell things, and it was actually really complicated to learn a third language through sign language and English. It was just more complicated than learning it by hearing, I guess. So this is my Marinière. I am knitting this one in a size, so it's off gauge, quite a bit off gauge. I am knitting it in fingering weight, so this is knitting for Olive Merino in Navy and Elderflower. And then, so that's why I'm knitting it off gauge, because the pattern is actually, I feel like, is a sport weight? Actual pattern. Well, it's a fingering. I don't, this is just, I'm knitting it off gauge. So I'm knitting, the medium. Oh, I know why. I'm knitting with the correct size needle, because if I went down any further, they were bad enough as it was. I had to get a new set of needles. I got the square needles from Brick House, and that was after I started on my round needles, but they were hurting my hands really badly, so I switched to these square needles. And I don't understand the ergodynamics ergonomics. I don't know. I don't understand how this works, but it doesn't hurt like my other ones did. So I'm managing to work on this. I do a stripe every now and then. I was doing a stripe every day, but then I started working on my advent project, and that is kind of taking over my attention right now. So it is very cute. It is coming along. It's fine. It's like a lightweight wool, and it will last me a really long time as far as like it crosses seasons very easily. I'm not worried about rushing to finish this. Oh, there it is. Okay, so my third is also kind of not very far along. Oops. So this is like, I'm not even really doing this at a pattern or anything. I have a bunch of mini frames that I got last Christmas time that I was gonna make like earring holders sort of things for my sisters. So I started one of those. Like I'm going to knit this, and then I'm going to put it over a piece of very thin cork in the frame and give that to them for Christmas. I'm not certain if I'm going to take it with us or mail them, but that is just what I'm working on at the moment. This is my like waiting for a call project, so I don't know. It might end up being everyone's like birthday gift. But yeah, so that is knitting lace for earring holder thing. And then my third project is my Advent project. So you've been watching my Vlogmases, you've seen this one. Did I not put it in here? I did not. Whoops. Okay, so I need to actually put this on my Ravelry, so I'll do that a little bit later. But this is my next yarn. This is my Suburban Stitchers yarn that I am holding, that I'm kind of like weaving in pattern in various ways just to make it look cool, but also so I can use it without disrupting my lovely pink fade. So this is gonna get harder and harder to show, honestly. I probably need to put it on tubing and like lay it out flat to take pictures, but this is I'm on day 6 of my Advent, and my Advent is the Forgot to Love the World by Knitty McPurly, and mostly I got this Advent because I really love the colors, like this teal, blue, purple. Teal blue is my favorite color, and then I really like how this fuchsia is worked in, and then I like the one it's fading darker, I think, or at least the last one I opened was darker. Um, I've opened all the days in order. To just not I'm behind on my knitting. It's just like how this is like a circle blanket or a circle shawl just gets longer and longer and longer, and so each row is extremely long to knit. And then also when I'm doing this like fun, not even a striping, it's like a dot pattern that is taking a lot of extra work and time. So that is what is this? This is the Anthology, the row by Helen Stewart. This is the Advent from Knitty McPurly, and then this is a yarn from mini skein from Suburban Stitcher. I don't recall the name. I will put it on the screen here if I can find it. But this is included with her. This is part of the bundle I bought to make my musselwork hat, specifically with her pigskin colorway yarn, which I will also link here and include a picture of. Yeah, I will come back to this. I'll use my try it on tubing and get like a laid out flat picture so you can see what it looks like. It's really pretty. I'm very much enjoying the way the colors are working out. Then I've got a test knit, and I'm learning a new skill because, why not add a third harder project here? Advent, get along months, right? So I got the test knit for the CreaBea, and I mean, I'm gonna ask. Ooh, whoops. Whoopsies. So right now I had is basically a giant swatch. But I'll ask about if I can talk about this more in depth or not. But this is my swatch. It is Alpaca. It is also from, I think it's from Alpaca Warehouse. No, it's from Hobby Yarn. It's called Color 07. On the colors, like you have the number often on their website. They'll have a color name. It's called Black Fuchsia. Really pretty. It kind of turns up funny or low depending on the lighting. It's very much a like big lounge ish color. I think it'll be lovely. It'll be very warm and it's soft. And I have discovered that I can wear alpaca, but I can't wear mohair. So this is how we're dealing with that. Also, this is DK weight. Yarn is alpaca, merino, and polyamide, I believe. And definitely like 60% alpaca, 40% merino, 10% polyamide, I think. Very soft. I'm enjoying this, even if it is a giant swatch at this point. Oopsie, stay there. Thank you. And then finally, I decided to learn a new skill, hobby, right? So it's cold. Today it's like 20 degrees in Baltimore, and all of my hats, like I've got like 4 hats over there that I've knit, and 0 of them fit. And so, like, they're either too tight or too short or too big. Honestly, even though it's too big, most of the time I wear the air flap hat that I made for my partner because it's warm and I can tie it on, and even though it's too big, it like works really well. But I really want an earband, so I decided that I am going to learn how to crochet from TL Yarn Crafts to Lipsy. So I have started my little hairband. It starts off with like this kind of a tab, I think, and then you end up like sewing it up the back, I'm sure. And it's a braided one, so you like make several strips. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making my strips. And honestly, I feel like if you can knit and crochet, this is not a difficult skill to learn. It's very, for me, it was pretty intuitive. Once I watched a couple of the run throughs of how to like set things up. But I mean, I would definitely have to use a pattern. It's not something I could do on my own. I'm just not that kind of crafter. I have a need a pattern at all times, right? All right. So finally, that is it. Yep, that's it. All right. So that brings us to our other pattern or other finished object that is neither knitting nor crochet nor sewing, but it is knit, crochet, fiber adjacent. So I will also put a close up at this. So when a couple months ago, after block, they had some like bigger sweaters and t-shirts and things left on the website for sale, and I really like the raglan style. I just wanted one, but I don't like the only color they had left was the light gray and large. And I don't love the light gray on me, so I bought the large. I'm gonna have to do some altering, I think. I feel like this sleeve may be way too long, but other than that, I dip dyed it. So I did what's called ice dyeing. And I ice dyed this several times. So like the first round, I got this darker blue, but there was still so much of the gray color left by itself that I dyed it again with pink and lighter blue. So kind of looks, I don't know, looks kind of like, if you've seen the pictures of the color run, it looks like a very light version of the color run. But I really like it. I think it will be cozy and comfy, and I will be happy to wrap flock, even though I never got to go. And I don't know if I ever will go, because honestly, it sounds like too big of an event for me personally. So yeah, that is my little project update for this month. I guess as far as this month goes, I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm probably going to mostly focus on my two main projects because test knits have deadlines, and trying to like keep up on my advent and not like completely fall behind. But knitting and advent is a bit time consuming. And so part of why I started doing the Tunisian crochet was it was time consuming. Like I knit so much yesterday, my wrist was starting to hurt, and for me, I don't always want to take a break, and taking a break for me also doesn't always mean like not crafting. It means doing a different kind of craft. And so for some reason, crocheting it slows me down a lot, and crocheting like is a different motion, and also I use different hands than I knit. So I switched to crochet. That's why I'm doing the Tunisian crochet. And also, since I'm learning Tunisian crochet, it's slowed me way down, which is good for my wrist. I feel a lot better after I slept with a brace on it, and I've only done a little knitting today and mostly done the crochet. So that's all I've been up to. I would love to hear what you're knitting right now, and if you have any Advent or big Christmas projects on the needles, or if you're gift knitting. I mean, I sort of am, but also I'm not, because I'm definitely not focusing on that. But it's that time of year, the most wonderful time of the year, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or celebrate Advent itself, which doesn't even start until, well, depends on, you celebrate Advent, it already started. But I also have an idea, so if I can catch decent quiet during the day, we're not working in construction in like four corners of my neighborhood, I will try to share my 12 days of Christmas uh, ornament and historical lesson, because I really did a deep dive into like what the 12 days of Christmas entails and what the actual historical meaning behind each of the items is. Okay. All right, somebody's done, so I have to go now. Bye. Yeah, I'm coming.